This letter that your daddy wrote you, that's
Oh
in the
yeah,
liner notes, is so tender. And I was just wondering,
yeah,
like,
it's good.
did you know he was going to do that, or what happened when you first read that?
Yeah, I knew he was gonna do it, but I mean, I didn't give him any direction on what to say or anything like that, you know. He probably was caught off guard by me even asking him to do something. I've never had a book like this or anything like that for album release, so this was something new for all of us. But um, you know, he has he's a preaching background and stuff, so he knows how to write a little bit, and he did better than I, even thought he would.
It's amazing. I mean, honestly, like, just for you to have forever, like, this little snapshot of where y'all are in your relationship as a dad and a son is so cool and so sweet. Did anything surprise you that he said?
No, I don't think it surprised me. You know, me and him have been really, really honest and open with each other for the last uh 13 years, I guess now. Pretty much as soon as I moved out, that's when our relationship improved dramatically. s- so um yeah, no, I think he became more of like my friend and advisor at that point.
Yeah, I laughed because I was thinking, yes, my relationship improved drastically when I moved out too.
Uh, yeah, I was a pretty hard kid to deal with. I ain't gonna lie, especially around high school. So I don't fault them at any point, but we figured it out.
I've heard you say that your son is kind of spicy.
Oh yeah.
Do you think there's a little family resemblance there between you and him?
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that he's gonna have a lot of those same things. I'm sure I'm gonna get paid back quite a bit. Um, and that's fine. I think it's hilarious. At least I do right now. You know, maybe I don't know what I'll think in 5 years, but it's funny right now.
Yeah, and hopefully your daddy will have some advice then too.
Yeah, I'm gonna be asking him for sure.
I want to know, I mean, that one of the cool things about the letter is he just talks about like how the problems in our lives, the things we face, the things we do to ourselves, help us grow and help us change. And I think it's not like an accident that you named the album "I'm the Problem," but I guess I'm wondering, like, what do you want that to say?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just at this point in my life, to me, and I've said this maybe before, but this feels like I don't know the future. I don't know. I'm really taking things day by day, but it feels like just the way that my life is taking me and where I'm at as a man. It just seems like it might be the last time that I really get to honestly say that as a person. So I think it's me. I've always prided myself in taking accountability for what I do, and um, this is just like a big stamp on that for me.
So I'm thinking of the track list in my mind, and Genesis. Honestly, that's one of my favorite hooks. But then it goes right into Revelation, which I think. I mean, what came first? Like, were you like, oh, you had Genesis, and then y'all found Revelation, and you're like, this could be cool next to each other, or what happens?
No, Revelation came in first. It was I didn't write Revelation. I did write Genesis. So they sent in Revelation. I love that song. I love everything it said. And then I'm just why can't we write a Genesis song? And then how would you write a Genesis song? What would it mean? And all that stuff, like how do you do that without sounding cheesy, without sounding too biblical, without sounding, all that stuff. So we didn't even have the actual hook for Genesis. We knew that we wanted to call it Genesis. I knew I didn't want Genesis to be the hook. Um, so we just started from the top, making those Adam and Eve, Jack and Jim and all that, all those references. Um, and then just finally ended up at the hook of that song and let there be women, let there be whiskey. So it's I enjoyed writing it that way. That was something that we don't normally do. We usually have the hook before we start anything else, so
Yeah, that's a
it
fun
was cool to write
puzzle
it that way.
to get to figure
Yeah,
out
well
too.
it was like that. Yeah.
So then it goes into Revelation, which is a contrast, and it starts off with that, you know, I'm crashing, I'm burning, I'm Whitley on the bourbon, which is just like a great opening line. And there's a couple.
It
Yeah,
is.
go ahead.
No, no, I was just gonna give a shout out to Chris Tompkins on that because he seems like he's back in his bag. So I'm glad to I'm glad to have him around.
Yeah. There's a couple of Whitley references, and I might be missing one. Obviously, there's one in this song. There's Miami. Do you like I mean, obviously, he's an influence for so many of us as an artist, as a writer, but do you see yourself in him or, like, do you feel connected to him in some way?
I mean, we're from a similar area. I think I grew up listening to bluegrass. Um, I think that in and of itself just makes me love him. I mean, I just think he's the best vocalist in country music ever. I think that's really all there is to it, and I love just the, you know, sadness and heartbreak and stuff that was in his songs. You know, I think obviously that guy it seems like he was in a lot of pain, and I don't know, I just seem to empathize with people like that. And and then you throw his vocal and those songs on top of it. I mean, it's just incredible. And you said something about Miami. I already know I'm gonna get crucified for that song, but like I don't know.
I don't know if you're gonna get crucified for something, it's pretty fun.
It it is fun, and I mean, I don't know, I enjoyed it, and me and the boys writing it, we had a good time writing it. I mean, in my own way, I'm not gonna go I don't know, I'm not gonna do a Keith Whitley cover probably. Um, I would feel I don't know, I don't feel right doing that. This is my own way of paying my respect, and if that, offends people, then I don't really care, but I would assume it will.
Yeah, I think I mean, I wish we could ask him, but I'm sure I think he's probably fine with it.
I agree.
This is kind of a tormented album, especially as far as, like, relationships go. What do you think's, like, the happiest moment on the album?
Uh, that's a good question. Happiest. Well, obviously, I Got Better is one of my favorite songs on the album, and it's got a little bit of angst, a little bit of a smart aleck like I like to have in it. But I think there's a lot of feelings on this album, and I think there's happy is not the one I do the best normally as when it comes to an artist, But I think we snuck a few in there.
Yeah, it feels good, man. It's a lot of songs. I'm gonna be honest, usually, like, you get to an album this long and you're like, "Well, I coulda helped him cut out, like, 7 of those songs." But,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
really don't feel like that about this, and I'm excited to see because I think there's, like, so much to discover, and there's so much lyrically that's fun and interesting, like, I can't wait to see what fans freak out about.
And me too. I'm excited to see as well. It's always one of the most fun, few weeks after the album comes out. You get to start seeing, what people are resonating with. So I'm really looking forward to it.